Remember that night in January 2023 when every Chelsea fan was glued to their phones, refreshing Twitter every 5 seconds, waiting for 3 magic words from Fabrizio Romano?
Guys, Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. To Chelsea, here we go. There is an agreement in principle. Chelsea and Benfica right now, powered by our friends of...
Remember the panic, the hope, the prayers that somehow, some way, Chelsea would pull off the impossible and sign a World Cup winner on deadline day. Well, that chaotic transfer saga gave birth to something nobody expected, a player who's now terrorising Premier League defences in ways that have absolutely nothing to do with what he was bought for. And the transformation is absolutely mind-blowing. Hey Chelsea fans, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into this incredible Enzo Fernandez story, I need to know where you're watching from. London? Buenos Aires? Tokyo? Drop your location in the comments below and let's see how global our Chelsea family really is. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification because we're bringing you the best Chelsea content on YouTube. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Now, let's talk about how Enzo Fernandez went from being questioned to becoming absolutely unplayable. Let's take you back to that absolutely insane deadline day in January 2023. It was late in the evening and Chelsea fans were living on nerves and coffee. Enzo Fernandez, fresh off winning the World Cup with Argentina and picking up the tournament's Best Young Player award, was the target. But getting him, that was looking impossible. Benfica were playing hardball, demanding every single penny of his release clause, a staggering £106 million. Not 95 million, not 100 million, the full £106 million, which would make him the most expensive signing in British football history. Chelsea had already spent crazy money that season, and people were questioning if they'd really go all the way for another midfielder. The hours ticked by. Midnight approached. Fabrizio Romano was posting updates that seemed to change every 30 minutes. 1 minute it was close, the next minute there were problems with the structure of the deal. Chelsea wanted to pay in installments. Benfica wanted guarantees. Documents needed signing. Lawyers were working overtime, and fans were losing their minds watching it all unfold in real time on social media. Then, when many had given up hope, when some fans had actually gone to bed thinking it was dead, Fabrizio Romano dropped those 3 magical words. Here we go.
Guys, Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. To Chelsea, here we go. There is
nothing in my ear. It was just some breaking news that Enzo to Chelsea is on, and it's a here we go.
Oh,
sorry to interrupt you.
Who saw that coming? What an exciting final hour we have.
Go Enzo.
How about this for a tweet from Fabrizio Romano? Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea. He's giving it the big here we go in capital
letters as well.
He's excited about this one, Fabrizio.
The deal was done. Chelsea had pulled off one of the most dramatic deadline day signings in Premier League history. Enzo Fernandez was coming to Stamford Bridge for £106.8 million. Paid in installments but guaranteed. The internet absolutely exploded. Videos of the announcement went viral. Chelsea Twitter was in chaos. And everyone had the same question, was he worth it? When Enzo arrived at Chelsea in January 2023, he walked into an absolute disaster. This wasn't a team competing for titles. This wasn't even a team competing for top 4. Chelsea was struggling, confused, and heading for one of their worst seasons in decades. But you know what? Enzo Fernandez didn't care about any of that. He started brightly, really brightly. In a Chelsea team that was falling apart around him, Enzo looked like the one player who understood what he was supposed to be doing. His passing was crisp, his positioning was intelligent, his work rate was exceptional. Under interim manager Frank Lampard's second stint, which, let's be honest, was an absolute nightmare for everyone involved, Enzo was genuinely Chelsea's best player. While everyone else seemed lost, Enzo was trying to drag Chelsea forward. He'd drop deep to collect the ball, spray passes left and right, make tackles, cover ground, and basically do everything humanly possible to help his struggling team. The problem was, it wasn't nearly enough. Chelsea was so poor that season that they got knocked out of every single competition they were in. Champions League? Gone. FA Cup? Eliminated. Carabao Cup? Already out before he arrived. And the league finish? A humiliating 10th place. But here's the thing that people forget. Even in that chaos, even in that terrible season, Enzo showed glimpses of his quality. He showed why Argentina trusted him in a World Cup final. He showed why Chelsea paid £100 million for him. The potential was obvious. The problem was the team around him was falling apart. Then came the next season under Mauricio Pochettino, and something strange happened. Enzo Fernandez, who'd been Chelsea's shining light in the darkness, started to decline. Not massively, not overnight, but enough that fans noticed. Enough that questions started being asked. Enough that social media started turning on him. Suddenly the £106 million price tag wasn't looking so smart. Suddenly people were wondering what went wrong. Suddenly the comparisons to other midfielders weren't favourable. Was he too slow? Was he not physical enough for the Premier League? Was the World Cup just a purple patch? Had Chelsea massively overpaid for someone who couldn't handle English football? The criticism got louder and louder. Every misplaced pass was highlighted. Every lost duel was replayed. Every average performance was dissected on social media and YouTube channels. Enzo was trying hard, really hard, but something just wasn't clicking. He looked tired, he looked confused, he looked like a player who didn't quite know what his role was supposed to be. Pochettino was using him as a deep-lying playmaker, sitting next to Moises Caicedo in a double pivot. The idea made sense on paper. Use Enzo's passing range to control games from deep, while Caicedo did the defensive work. But in reality, it wasn't working. Enzo was too far from goal, too disconnected from the attack, too limited in what he could do. His best qualities were being wasted. Here's a question for you, Chelsea fans. Did you ever doubt Enzo Fernandez during that difficult period? Did you think he might not make it at Chelsea? Be honest in the comments below, because I know plenty of fans were worried. Then Enzo Maresca changed everything. Enter Enzo Maresca in the summer of 2024. The Italian manager took one look at Enzo Fernandez and had a radical idea. Why are we using a World Cup winning attacking midfielder as a defensive midfielder? Why are we limiting his natural instincts to push forward and create? Why are we forcing him to be something he's not? So, Maresca did something brilliant. He moved Enzo forward. Not massively, not to the number 10 position permanently, but enough to unleash his attacking potential. Instead of sitting deep next to Caicedo, Enzo was now given freedom to push into advanced areas, to make late runs into the box, to arrive at the back post, to finish chances, to be dangerous in the final third. And the transformation? Absolutely sensational. Suddenly Enzo wasn't just a tidy passer in midfield, he was scoring goals. Important goals, beautiful goals, goals that won matches and changed games. The Enzo Fernandez that Argentina fans saw at the World Cup, confident, aggressive, dangerous, was back. Let me paint you a picture of this new Enzo Fernandez. The ball comes into the opponent's box, and where is he? Right there. Always right there, making that late run, finding space between defenders, arriving at the perfect moment to finish. It's like watching a striker disguised as a midfielder. Remember that incredible goal against Real Betis in the Conference League final?
He really stepped forward. That's a great ball! And a goal for Chelsea! Enzo Fernandez!
Chelsea were struggling to break down a stubborn Betis side, and there was Enzo arriving in the box at exactly the right moment, finishing calmly to help turn the game. That wasn't luck. That was positioning. That was reading the game. That was the new Enzo Fernandez. Or what about the Club World Cup opening fixture against LAFC?
Well, goes untracked. Delap sends in an early cross. They're not ready at the back for LA. And ghosted in is Enzo Fernandez.
Chelsea needed someone to step up and score in a new competition, and guess who delivered? Enzo Fernandez, making that intelligent run, finishing with composure, showing he can score in any competition against any opponent. Then came that massive 3-1 win against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge.
Reverse, Neto forcing him back and feeding it for Fernandez! Oh, that's a smooth Chelsea goal against the champions.
Liverpool, the team that went on to win the Premier League. Liverpool, with their incredible midfield and relentless press. And who scored for Chelsea? Enzo Fernandez, popping up in the box, finishing brilliantly, helping Chelsea claim a statement victory. The 4-3 thriller against Tottenham, Enzo scored. The victory against Aston Villa, Enzo scored. Suddenly, he wasn't just contributing, he was becoming genuinely decisive. He was becoming the player Chelsea paid £100 million for. Now, let me be clear about something important. Enzo Fernandez isn't just about goals now. That would be way too simplistic. What Maresca has done is unlock his complete game while adding this devastating attacking dimension. Enzo still delivers those beautiful passes that split defenses, short passes, long passes, diagonal switches. His technical quality hasn't disappeared. He can still spray the ball around like few midfielders in the Premier League can. That World Cup winning passing range is still there. His crossing ability? Excellent. When he gets wide and delivers balls into the box, they're dangerous. They have pace, accuracy, and purpose. Wingers love playing with him because they know the service will be quality. His assists are still coming. He's creating chances for teammates, setting up goals, making the final ball that unlocks stubborn defenses. But now, on top of all that, he's also finishing moves himself. That's what makes him so scary for opponents. Think about it from a defensive perspective. How do you stop Enzo Fernandez now? If you mark him deep, he'll pass around you. If you follow him into attacking areas, you leave space in midfield. If you ignore his runs, he'll score. He's become a tactical nightmare. And here's the beautiful partnership. Moises Caicedo is the main engine in midfield. He's the general, the destroyer, the one breaking up play and controlling the defensive side. That allows Enzo to push forward without worrying too much about defensive responsibilities. It's the perfect partnership. Caicedo does what he does best, Enzo does what he does best, and Chelsea benefit enormously. The numbers don't lie. Let's talk facts and figures because they tell an incredible story. This season alone, Enzo Fernandez already has 5 goals for Chelsea. 5. For context, that's more than many strikers in the Premier League have scored this season. That's not midfielder numbers, that's attacking player numbers. Since Maresca arrived, Enzo has scored more goals for Chelsea than in his entire previous time at the club. The improvement isn't marginal, it's massive. It's transformational. It's the difference between being a good midfielder and being a complete world-class midfielder who influences games in multiple ways. Here's another question for you. Do you think Enzo Fernandez is now one of the best midfielders in the Premier League? Where would you rank him? Top 5? Top 10? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Enzo Fernandez is perfect. He's not. He still has flaws in his game that he needs to work on. Sometimes his defensive positioning can be questionable. Sometimes he tries to do too much. Sometimes he picks the wrong option. That's normal for a player still developing and adapting. But here's what matters. He's improving. Every month, every game, you can see him getting better. You can see him understanding Maresca's system more. You can see him growing into this new role. And if he keeps improving at this rate, genuinely scary to think how good he can become. The criticism that used to follow him has largely disappeared. The doubters have gone quiet. The people questioning the £100 million price tag don't seem so loud anymore because results speak louder than opinions, and Enzo is delivering results. The reason this Enzo Fernandez improvement should terrify Chelsea's rivals is simple. He's becoming the complete midfielder while still being young enough to get even better. He's 23 years old. 23! Most midfielders don't hit their peak until their late 20s. Arsenal have to face him. Manchester City have to deal with him. Liverpool have to stop him. And how do you stop a midfielder who can control games with passing, create chances with vision, and finish like a striker. You can't focus solely on Cole Palmer anymore because Enzo will hurt you. You can't just mark the wingers because Enzo will arrive late and score. The tactical problem he creates is enormous. Plus, he's a winner. He's won a World Cup. He's played in huge matches and delivered. He doesn't freeze under pressure. He thrives in it. That mentality, combined with his improving performances, makes him exactly the type of player you build championship teams around. That crazy deadline day in January 2023 gave Chelsea something special. Yes, they paid £106 million. Yes, it was a British transfer record. Yes, people questioned it, but Enzo Maresca has proven that when you use Enzo Fernandez correctly, when you let him be what he naturally is, rather than forcing him into a box, you get a genuinely world-class midfielder who can influence games in multiple ways. From struggling in his second season to becoming one of Chelsea's most important players in his third, that's the Enzo Fernandez story. From being questioned to being unquestionable. From doubts to dominance. And the scariest part? He's still improving. Before you go, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. We've got more incredible Chelsea content coming your way. And one final question. What's been your favourite Enzo Fernandez moment this season? That goal against Liverpool, his overall performances, the way he's silenced critics? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, Blues fans. Keep believing in the team, keep supporting the players, and let's enjoy watching Enzo Fernandez continue this incredible journey. Come on, Chelsea.